Racing continues to the 2021 Kentucky Oaks, and this time we go to the Swamp, the Fairgrounds, the Grade 2 Fairgrounds Oaks. And this race traditionally has been one of the strongest preps for the Kentucky Oaks winners. Many horses have come out of this race. Not only the winners, horses that have finished second and third won the Kentucky Oaks. It's definitely the home of Rachel Alexandra and many other great fillies, a Shadow and some other ones. Let's take a look at this, a nice 8-horse field, and I think a lot of people think the betting is going to come down to a rematch for the third time between Clairiere, the well-bred filly, trained by Steve Asmussen, and also the Travel Column. And what's interesting about this race is you bring in two Gulfstream Park shippers that both have strong pedigrees, good connections, and I think it may kind of turn the tables on some of the pace scenario, because what happened is Clairiere has 3 starts lifetime, Travel Column has 4 starts lifetime, and when they have met, each one has been either coming off the layoff or kind of first time routing. Now they're both have got some races underneath them. I think probably Clairiere has a little bit more speed, but I think she's got a little bit more class, and they've been rating her to come off the pace, versus Travel Column, who's been trained more brilliant type workouts, faster on the front end. She had the lead all the way around the last time, but the key to that race was that was basically a 2-horse race, and Travel Column took the initiative, got to the lead, and tried to wire the field, and was caught in the final stride by Clairiere, who had a rough trip that day. In the previous race at Churchill Downs, it was the opposite. Clairiere opened up, Travel Column had a rough trip, came from behind, and picked up the victory late down the stretch in that race. The newcomer here is Obligatory from Gulfstream Park, runs with a low head stride, distance seems to be no problem, and Mott seems to be cranking this one up for a big effort in this $400,000 purse. I think she could really fire. And then Zaajel, who the last time out didn't look that impressive at Gulfstream Park, but that was one of those days. It was a long day of racing at Gulfstream. I think the track was tiring. It favored the outside closers, and she kind of coming off just the one race. They taught her to rate a little bit that time. She draws well in this spot, gets Irad Ortiz. Obligatory gets Jose Ortiz, so those two are going to play cat and mouse with the 2 favorites from the Fairgrounds in Clairiere and Travel Column. Now, Clairiere was bet down to the favorite in the Kentucky Oaks Future Wagers. Steve Asmussen, he's won the Oaks. Great connections with Stone Street. But Zaajel also is a Shadwell stable horse, and I think, you can make the case that she is going to improve in her 3rd lifetime start, coming off 2 7-furlong races. First time going 2 turns, but draws inside of the other speed. You've also got little Tootsie for Tom Amos and Joel Politi. That's the same connections as the Oaks winner a couple of years ago. And, Obligatory, Juddmonte Farms, they've also got Mandaloon going in the Louisiana Derby on the same day. So a really good race. Little Tootsie looks a little bit slower on paper. Super Sensational was bet down the last time after a troubled trip 2 races ago. You could maybe make the case for her improving in this one, but I just don't think she's fast enough. So again, I think the pace of the race is going to be Travel Column on the lead, and she draws outside. The Daughter of Frosted, $850,000 purchase at the sales. OXO Equine, they like to buy some nice horses. I think drawing outside, they're going to probably put the pressure to the inside horse and on the stretch out, probably to Zaajel. And then really where Clairiere sits and Obligatory should like that long stretch of the Fairgrounds. I like the way she's been training, and I like the way that she really closed in that last race. She won in hand and has been bet down in both races. So I think she's been showing a little bit of talent in the morning. Overall, my top selection in this race is going to be Zaajel. I think at the price, drawing inside, maybe getting first run on Travel Column, and I like the fact that they gave her a little bit of time off after a tough race the last time. Then they've prepped her good with 2 5-furlong workouts and a jockey switch and drawing well on the inside. But you can make the case for all 4 of them, and maybe even Super Sensational and Little Tootsie if you wanted to take a contrarian view. Should be a Good rendition of the Fairgrounds Oaks 8-horse field. Who do you like? Leave a comment. Remember, we've also got a preview video of the Louisiana Derby up, and you can go back and watch the weekly Future Book video that comes out on Mondays, a look at the 3-year-olds. And hit that bell and ring subscribes. We're going to start bringing you more previews and updates as we lead you up to the Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks.